is eventually leaving, but we are staying right here for the old versus new rematch. It's MPG and it's Juice. It's grand finals of regular Bairs 394. Let's get into it.
Oh god! All right. After being assaulted by a regular, MPG Juice Grands, like Midi Ball said, old versus new. And I'm so curious to know what adaptations Juice is going to make, or just how this is going to go in general, because their set was very interesting and pretty close, all things considered. So I'm expecting a banger. As oh my god, he almost killed him off that downwards Metal Blade. Yeah,
just able to pull out the up B in time to cut through anything that Mega Man was going to be able to do to cut him out and cut him short of that first stock in the reverse of all things.
It's funny how I'm looking at that. I'm like, that was an early stock. Oh, that was a 117. That's considered early? Oh god.
Yeah, like you said before, Juice the more aggressive of these players, and MPG, you know, sort of what we say about Jackal 100%. He's, you know, sort of fluid, waiting for his moment to strike, and prioritizes movement, prioritizes placement. But let's see if the emboldened and honed nature of Juice passing through loser's side refined his gameplay just a little bit here to take him MPG to task.
Yeah, I really like how MPG, when he like edge guard Roy, went past the Metal Blade, knowing that was an option. Juice going through and getting that back air, and now evening up the game, and seeing Roy go towards the skies. Struggling to land right now though. What was even now a little bit of a deficit. Now in a pretty scary spot as well, but missing the down air.
I mean, he learned his lesson from things like Rob Gyro's Zero Drop and things like that to avoid the Metal Blade, so he's certainly the more capable to avoid a early stock loss.
Yeah, he's playing against items a lot today in general. Yeah. Like both going from Rob into Mega Man that you fought earlier is like, oh, so you're definitely like a little bit accustomed to, you know, this item play that's being shown right now.
I mean, especially in this region too. Like our Robs, you know, they're not so plentiful, but they're stacked.
Yeah, we have like a good amount of Robs. Quack with Diddy, I think he's played Quack before.
I would imagine so, yeah.
MPG, I know I'm forgetting the item character. I mean, I guess Snake, but Snake's a bit different. But he also does beat Snake players, so he knows what's up with items. But he will struggle a little bit to get in on MPG right now, but as I say that, getting through with the forward air and getting hit by that neutral beat, catching MPG being aggressive off ledge. I feel like he's really starting to understand a lot quicker than last setup. Oh, MPG's going to swing off ledge or try to prepare himself for when he does come back to ledge. He has more options. If he wasn't taking time to prepare those options, it's going to be why you die.
Exactly. And again, locking down this ledge is key to that, but MPG cutting through with the simple jab. The Lemon's coming out to work, but so is the dash attack of Roy. From left to right, Juice has done a very admirable job, at least pinning MPG to these ledges at very, very crucial moments in the set overall, or in the round overall, sorry. But now MPG with the moment, had the opportunity, but Juice rather, was able to go underneath the platform and circumvent it all told. And again, with MPG Juice really prioritizing it back to stage, not falling back to the off-stage shenanigans that the first stock loss went to, essentially.
Yeah, and barely surviving the off-stage encounter with MPG. MPG pulling out a lot of the stocks, but Juice just being able to navigate around it, and now you have to try to figure out how do you navigate the minefield that is MPG. Ooh, wow, what a pivot grab.
Yeah. So go either way, any moment right now, both poised to take it here. We'll see who gets the one advantage. Again, great patience from Juice, just letting MPG expend the entire toolkit. But he had one in the back pocket, and it was the one closer to Mega Man's body than the rest of the projectiles thrown out. Flamesword going to be the one to close out that first round, +1 for MPG.
Yeah, I liked how Juice was playing around Metal Blade towards the end of that first game. Understanding that, like, oh, my hit, I'm going to get confirmed into something, and just... He did that for the Metal Blade before, but just wasn't able to do it enough for that Metal Blade. Probably not, didn't even think it would hit him and get confirmed into and die. Oh, my reflex one too. And we're going back to Battlefield, so this is pretty rough for MPG last time. So a little curious that he left this open, but maybe he has faith that he can make it work. And like we also did talk about earlier that MPG with a lead on the stage sounds terrifying. So I feel like if he gets a lead, he'll be fine. But first you gotta get that far.
And even the situation calls for Juice to win 6 rounds, where MPG just has a comfy 3. So, you know, he can fatigue out Juice overall. So he can, you know, he has the cushion to take maybe 1 round loss, maybe 2. But you know, he's just wearing down and battering down Juice in that regard.
Yeah, you also have counter pick advantage. So like you won like what is like the quote unquote most important game of the set. You won the first one, which means if you do go to a game 5, you go back and forth.
Yeah.
You get counter pick advantage. And even for game 3, you get counter pick advantage, which is still really nice. So even if this counter pick does not work out, he's in a good position, but so far not too bad. MG is a little bit down. Oh, wow, Roy down. I must never see that.
And this is the same opportunity we saw Juice before, and MPG very wisely holding back and just prioritizing main stage control. Trying to get a Zair drop option, but Juice is just the one to pick up the Metal Blade and work in his efforts here. Simple forward tilt yet again, but again, the Crash Bomb, very smartly placed by MPG. A lot more, we saw it thrown out a lot on Kalos, but MPG is using the pinpoint accuracy to get himself stage access yet again.
Yeah, the Crash Bomb on ledge just to help guarantee him just to get off ledge a little bit safer against Roy, because there's one thing Juice has been doing very well. It's been just his ledge pressure, and MPG giving up that first stock, taking almost 2 minutes. I think MPG realized that on Battlefield he needs to play at a different pace than he has been normally been playing, play at a slower pace, and just kind of be careful, because the way Juice has been playing, it's been a little rough for him, and now we're down a stock, but we're not too far back, so we're going to see what he can do.
He has to get around, but Juice is rolling pretty well, trying to keep just able to dodge that down air attempt. And on those platforms, like you said, very surprising MPG left this open. MPG able to land, but he might be sent up there reading the wrong thing there. You know, check your summer reading list there, Juice.
Yeah, I can see why he went for the roll-in, because, like, oh, I'd already down tilted. You might think I want to read that roll out, and he just... I wonder if MPG actually did try to tech and just ended up missing, or he just purposely went for a mistech. Because there are some times it's actually beneficial just to not tech. Just some characters, it's good not to tech against. Inkling being a random example of a character you actually don't want to tech against. So I wonder if that was a thought process with MPG, or he just happened to not tech. But Ross, it did work out into his favor, but nah, his right now game isn't really working out. He did take the stock, but it's kind of mirroring when they first played on Battlefield, where it took him so long to get that first stock, and he's pretty down right now, where Juice kind of just has the momentum, and he kind of needs to find a way to claw his way back.
Yeah, 111, simple grab off ledge, just Juice taking control of it. Again, that Crash Bomb, though, able to cut through with a fair on the bounce back, however. And again, just platforms. MPG cannot get around the platforms here. Just whiffing off a fair instead of a potential up air. Gets the fourth one all told, missing the third. And parries the Flame Blade. He says, I am the wielder of the Flame Blade in this set, young man.
This is my fight. I think it's Mega Man's younger than him. Because we're like 15, maybe 16. Mega Man actually might be just funny. It's actually the Battle of the Children. Battle of the Children, you both happen to have fire swords.
I mean, even more so, like, Mega Man has, he was more, like, turned, like, powered on, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
like, in a couple years. Like, you could count those years on one hand, essentially.
So is he like 6?
I
4?
think so.
Is Roy beating up a 4-year-old? Crazy. But so this forward's kind of starting to fight back a little. But I feel like this once get mirrored, you know, when they first played on Battlefield. But so MPG should really get this stock, so it doesn't literally mirror it for his sake of, oh, he just doesn't. I think he got 2 stock on Battlefield, if I remember correctly. And you don't really want that to happen again. You want to take this game if possible, but Juice not really giving him that opportunity.
Back air, able to serpentine around the Leaf Shield yet again. So many Zair options for himself. Leaves him vulnerable. So many commits to the smashes and the lengthier of their aerial attacks. And again, Juice sitting the worst for wear afterward, and a second opportunity with that Flame Blade comes through. Now 1 stock apiece, but like you said before, 79 tacked on to MPG. Juice solidly took control in the first interactions, and it is proving to his benefit even in these late stages of this this round 2.
My Metal Blade. Good to use that Metal Blade. Oh my god. Just against that Leaf Shield. English is hard. Leaf Shield on shield. Well, that's a weird sentence. Anyways, he got up air. Oh, sorry, up tilted. That game definitely went better for MPG, but it was still kind of rough.
Yeah.
So PSG, small Battlefield.
Definitely avoid the
town. I don't think we've been to town yet.
Yeah, we only saw this with, like, Aloe, I think, for the time that I was on the microphone. So.
Aloe John, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, because, like, this is like considered Roy's best stage.
Okay.
And FPG definitely knows this, but I feel this stage is also probably, like, pretty good for Mega Man. I feel like about you guys, just because you have platforms to bounce around for, and you, like, your character, or a place to play who's predominantly is killing off the side, back air, forward air. So I would assume that's probably why MPG wants this. I feel like this could definitely be dangerous, but, you know, honestly, you have the set to work with.
Certainly does. And again, a lot of people saying that Juice, with being this Roy pick, is a shade of his former self. So MPG being maybe a lot more confident in his more recent PR placings than someone who had the rank before, but has not had a shadow of his former placement before, and it is certainly looking that way right now. Barely touched Mega Man. That is near fresh out of the box. That's near mint. You could get a hefty price for that on eBay. And now 41% tacked on, and MPG's striking here with those up tilts. Just, it's too quickly getting away from Juice. I think he's being a little too aggressive, and he's leaving himself a little bit too open in certain very critical situations.
Yeah, I think we're also running into the problem of, oh wow, that was not a great counter, unfortunately. But it being a big stage gives MPG space to start running around that he did not previously have on Battlefield. And
right.
But he also had on PS2. Like, that's also, like, a part of the issue. Like, I definitely agree with what you said with, like, I think Juice being a little bit too aggressive, and I also think because he also doesn't have, you know, it's a bigger stage, he doesn't have the platforms.
Right.
It's making it overall more rough, and the way MPG is playing right now is very smart and very strategic.
That's why, sans those platforms that just came back in right now, we did see MPG sort of keep in step with the Roy. But right now, he was put on the back pedal yet again for that left side. But just that leaf shield, just so mitigating for so many approaches, and finally cutting through with, I believe, a back air.
F-tilt.
F-tilt.
Pivot cancel F-tilt.
All right. However you spin it here, Juice found his way in against MPG's first stock, but was at 114 previously. Has a string here for his efforts, but again, with MPG being so fluid in his movement and his approaches, you can only, you have to be on point with your game, otherwise there's a back air waiting for you.
Yeah, honestly, both these characters might just kind of eat a back air and might just get deleted. Like, MPG's like now at that percent where if he gets back air ledge, he will explode. Then Juice, of course, getting back air ledge, he'll also explode. Or forward air, which also will kill. But Juice is not as far behind as he was at the start of this. He was at a pretty, like, a full stock deficit. Just two good hits might just finish MPG.
I mean, he's scot-free right now, so just one stock claim is all he needs to get right back in this. And if he can keep that aggression up and find his way against the monolith that is MPG's movement and playstyle, he'll certainly come back from this. But being elusive, just because he realized the same situation, MPG was trying to serpentine, but because those platforms went away, he was put off the main stage just for a second before, again, that leaf shield just stifling Juice's edge guarding attempts. And why is he hopping above the platform? MPG's going mid.
Maybe he might be trying to wait for, like, rush. He's already trying to preemptively cover that, but unfortunately it just did not work out. Up tilt taking that stock though at a pretty high percent, all things considered. You won't die off the top. Oh, you almost died off the top. Wow. F smash.
Absolutely. Try to chew chart shot.
JV2, a little rough, but we are in Juice's counter pick, but that does mean regardless of how this goes, we're either having MPG win 3-1 or we're going to have a game 5 on MPG's counter pick. And MPG's had pretty good counter picks this time. We're going back to Kalos.
And again, you said, was this against the Rob? You said that this was his better stage?
Yeah, he counterpicked Josh then here, game 3.
Okay.
And, like, kind of tossed him. Like, he SC'd a stock, like, less than 20 and still, like, barely took damage on his third.
So it's a different shade of beast, but the same caliber of beast that is a projectile.
I mean, he also went
character.
this stage against MPG, but I don't think he won. But I think it was, like, pretty close, all things considered.
Okay.
But I think it was a rough start, so you might see that shade again, but...
I mean, yeah, second verse same as the first right now.
Yeah, I feel like Juice's starts are either really good or they're really bad. But his really bad ones eventually kind of get to the point of like, oh, he's starting to bring it back. And that's at least how I'm starting to feel right now. So he's definitely going to need a bit of time to adapt to what MPG is doing.
Snapping the ledge, MPG waiting for Juice to expend his options when he moves in. Gets the grab after that interaction, able to skirt away from the down air attempt. We were talking before with PokeFans how the Kalos just monolith of a stage was able to mitigate that, and perfectly placed down air will cinch out a lot of opponent stocks, but able to snake past it. Not in the skies, however, but still 40 tacked on. You know, it's a definite uphill battle.
Yeah, but then you also remember, this is kind of how the town game went. Oh, you have no jump.
Oh my god. The full toolkit on display.
He hit him with a jab one into... No, I think it was down... No, yeah. Was it jab one first or down tilt first? I don't remember. It was jab one into down tilt into F smash, and he just died. I've not seen that string before. Like, it wasn't like most like visually impressive thing, but like the fact that you were able to input that and have so much control over your character is so impressive. And
it was so devastating off so little, essentially.
Yeah. I thought he just SD'd. I was like, yep, I'm done. Goodbye.
I saw a fastball, but he just did SD, and there goes the tournament.
That was, wow. I was expecting a lot closer game, even aside from that SD, and then MPG just kind of ran him down. I don't know how much that was Juice playing. I mean, obviously the SD was pretty bad. It was just MPG playing good, but yeah, that did happen.
Yeah, if you get the camera on me.